Good morning, everybody. We're in a place called Dodworth today. I fancied a drive out. I've been looking for the bleeding cemetery here for donkeys. Hey, look at that. Things like these fascinate me, obviously. Nowadays you've got the Willow Day nursery. But look at this, everyone. There would have been something fabulous here before. I'll see if I can find out what it was. I want to show you a few of these places. This place, is it this one or this one? I think it's these shops here, I'm sure. No, it's the Nino's Pizza. This is what I wanted to show you. Let's cross over, everyone. Look at this. We're in, as I said, we're in Dodworth. Did I say that? We're in Dodworth. This Nino's Pizza here, I went in with my mum a while ago and I noticed this. Look at that. WB 1641. So the WB would have been the initials of the person that built it. Look at that disgusting picture there with that fella with them sticks up his nose. You know what? My mood has that done. I don't know why fellas like all their hairs ripped out the nose. Maybe it's because they grow long, I don't know. Why is it? If you're a fella and you have that done, I suppose I should just ask my husband, really. We've got the Dodworth Library here, and you'll notice it's spelt Dodworth, but the local pronunciation is Dodworth. They don't pronounce the W. And here we've got a memorial, Dodworth and District Coal Miners Memorial, dedicated to all miners who worked and lost their lives at the collieries listed below. Dodworth, Redbrook, Silkstone Falls, Stanhope, Silkstone, Higham, Stafford, Rob Royd, Wentworth, Silkstone. Total number who died listed below 288. Someone's still putting flowers, look. The miner's life. A young man to a mine did go. Will he return? We do not know. The sky is not above his head, but tons of earth as for the dead. He works in darkness all his life, and safety lamp his only light. When danger comes, he can but run, not knowing when the end will come. They criticise these courageous men, if not by words, then by the pen. A miner's life is far from fun. He's tired and weary when day is done. The day will come when we all will know. We all well know when death will come and life must go. But it must be where none can see. They wait in death to be set free. So remember the toil and strife these men endure and gave us light. Their courage makes us fires burn bright to warm us on cold winter nights. God in his mercy I know will say, with me you must always stay. The sorrow and tears now shed are for the living of the dead, and they will see an empty chair, no longer their loved one is seated there. But when you feel you're not alone, don't be afraid, they have come home. You feel a gentle breeze pass by, sounding like a distant sigh. Grief makes heavy a loving heart, but love lives on through death do us part. Amen. So this is a site here of all the collieries, everybody. Looks like the children, maybe of the local Dodworth school, have drawn them pictures. So yeah, Dodworth is it's a oh, there's the new smoker, by the way. Can you see it? Getting my new plate next week. If you want to know the story behind the plate, you need to go to Finding 50 with Sarah, because that's where I'm going to be posting like chit chat now about what I'm doing, what's going on. But I want to show you this. You know what? The many times I've driven past this, everybody, and I've always wanted to stop, have a look at it. I wasn't sure if there was a sculptor's name. We'll find out. But the majority of the names on it are all from World War I. I think there's like 40 odd from World War I and 20 odd from World War II, as shown here. And then you've got this statue. I wonder if, I don't know if you can make that out, everybody, on his hat. It's like chipped out. I wonder if that has been knocked out over years, or whether it was meant to be like that. Whoever carved that though, come on everyone. Look how good that is. How'd you carve that? Look at his face. And then you've got all of these wreaths that have been left. Look, lest we forget the Dodworth brownies. In ever grateful memory. From the faith of St. John the Baptist. St. John the Baptist, I think, is down here, everyone. We're going to go to St. John the Baptist because I think that might be where the bloody cemetery is. Someone's left a memorial to George Scott here. I wonder if George is on this list. Let's have a look. Scott. Not on that side. Not on that side. Sanders. Could be a soldier from another war. In fact, I think it's George Strutt. Ah, George Strutt. There, everyone. Private George Strutt. Well, I'll try and find some of these soldiers. We'll try and find Private George Strutt. Right, everybody, I've had to jump in because there's too much information on George, and actually George is proving to be a little bit of a tricky character. I can't get to the bottom of what's going on with him. But what I am, and what I mean by that is, I'm not sure if his wife was alive or not when he went to war. I think she was. But there's a suggestion that his wife could be one or two women, either an Ellen or an Anne. Now, his daughter's called Anne. And when he passed away, all of his pension was given to his daughter. But then, why would it be given to his daughter if his wife was alive? The only woman I can find who George is linked to is Anne. So it's all very strange, but what I can tell you is George died. Well, first of all, he was a minor before he went to the war. Signed up in 1914, died in 1916. He had an exemplary record. He was written up once because he got home leave or something before he got sent to France, and he was a bit late coming back. He got a rollicking for it. But apart from that, his record was, like, phenomenal. He was 5'4", which is perfect for like a minor because they tend to be dead short. And I think he was about 146 pounds, so he weren't very heavy at all. But you can see his picture, you can see what he was all about, George. Anyway, he ended up being taken to France, and he was in the trenches, and he got killed while he was in the trenches 2 weeks before the famous Battle of the Somme. Everything that George was doing with like his battalion was like the build up to the Battle of the Somme, and you should now be looking at a copy of his, or a photograph of his grave, which is in the Somme cemetery. So he's in there with everybody else. George is still remembered, I believe, by his family. There's certainly a lot of mentions of him online, so he's certainly not forgotten. So that's what we know about George today. One thing's come of this video, everyone. I'm going to start doing more features on these people, digging a little bit deeper, and I'll be doing that in future videos. But in the meantime, we're going to get back to this one. Let's go to the cemetery. See if we can find a story about him. Beautiful little cottage there called Victoria Cottage. But we're here for St. John the Baptist. Diocese of West Barnsley, Diocese of Leeds, Benefice of West Barnsley, Diocese of Leeds. A Sunday Eucharist, 9:15 is the first and the third Sunday. On the first and the third Sunday. You know, you used to get a church service every Sunday. Now you don't. But I suppose that's down to the fact that people don't attend church anymore. They don't go. You know, and I'm guilty of it. I don't go. I think over time they've probably got rid of all the graves. I'm hoping there's going to be some at the back. Look how beautiful it is, everybody. These houses are gorgeous here. Not that old one, but not that new one. There's a new one built there. I'm not keen on that. Let's have a look at this grave then. This is George Gelder, the beloved husband of Sarah Gelder of Dodworth, who died October 19th, 1893, aged 80 years. Blessed are the dead which die in the Lord. Also the above named Sarah Gelder. She died March the 15th, 1900, aged 76, at rest. Let's have a look round the back, everyone, because I think there is more graves. Do love churches, stained glass windows. Oh, there's more graves here. Here we go. This is the cemetery. Hey, we found the cemetery. Two 20193. Corporal W. Folkes, King's Own, Yorkshire. Light Infantry, 23rd of February 1920, age 24. Somebody's put that beautiful tea light holder. I wonder how many years that's been there. How you doing, everyone? Sorry it's a bit dark. I've got the big light off now. I'm just editing. It's 8:15. I need to get this video up. Everybody, I've been taken on a bit of a journey with some of these facts of these soldiers. We're going to end the video after this grave. I just want to read you the facts that I've found about William. So this is William. Let me read it in full. Corporal William Folkes of Dodworth, service number 20193, King's Own, Yorkshire Light Infantry. Full name William Folkes. Parents Mr. and Mrs. J.W. Folkes of New Street, Dodworth. Enlisted November 1914. He was a sniper and he saw heavy fighting on the Western Front. He was seriously wounded in Newport, August 1917, excuse me. He died at the Whalley Hospital from pneumonia and he was buried in the Churchyard. He was really popular, but it said that he got injured. He was in the hospital, he had like loads of operations and everything. Anyway, last operation he had, they said to his mother, he's going to be fine, like he'll be okay. And then within, I don't know however long, all of a sudden they just told her and her husband that he'd passed away. Apparently when they buried him, like loads of people came, loads of soldiers from like around Barnsley. There was a big, like, you know, sergeant type person that turned up for him. He was really well thought of, and unfortunately, yeah, passed away. We're going to end today's video on this note. I've actually got a lot more footage, but I'll be here till 12 o'clock tonight. So I'll probably put it in a separate video. Stay tuned. There's going to be more videos which are going to be a bit more specific about individuals in graves. I think there's some really good stories that I could tell based off the information that I'm finding at the moment. So we'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next one.